Thanks for reading. I'm 31 years old. My husband, Adrian, and I live in a quiet city house with our little son, Noah. Noah is the best thing in my life, and he's only 10 months old. When Adrian gets home from work every night, Noah laughs and crawls over to him with joy. Adrian is the owner of a small delivery service. He works a lot of hours, but he treats us with kindness and care. Our lives were easy. Our house didn't have a lot of money, but it felt warm and safe. We would sometimes watch old movies together on the couch after Noah went to sleep at night. I felt good in those little ways. But everything changed 1 month ago. Adrian looked worried when he got home one night. He sat down next to me and rubbed his head. He said in a low voice, "Vanessa, I have to leave tomorrow." I was shocked when I looked at him. "Why?" "My parents are having serious problems." He gave a reason. "Their split is getting ugly. For a few weeks, they want me to be there." I felt bad for him. Adrian really cared about his parents. I said in a soft voice, "Of course you should go. They need you." Adrian gave a weak smile and then went to the cabinet by the door to the hallway. He pulled out a big brown package. "One of my workers may come here while I'm gone," talked. "This envelope is important to him. Give it to him from the door." I said yes. Should I invite him inside? The quick answer from Adrian was no. Just hand it to him and close the door. He left early the next morning. Things went as planned for 2 days. I took care of Noah, cleaned the house, and called Adrian every night. But on the third night, the doorbell rang close to 11 p.m. Noah was already sound asleep upstairs. I took my time getting to the front door and looked through the little window. When I saw the man outside, my blood froze. Vic was there. Victor was my husband 10 years ago, and he was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I was born and raised in a poor town that was far from the city. When I was very young, my family set up my marriage. Victor seemed nice and sure of himself at first, but he changed a lot after the wedding. He drank every night. He yelled at me for little things. He hit me sometimes. Every day I was scared. After another terrible fight in the cold winter night, I packed a small bag and ran away while he was sleeping. I never came back. I moved by myself to the city. I worked hard and learned as I slowly built a new life. I met Adrian many years later. Adrian kept cool, was patient, and was nice. I felt safe for the first time. I didn't tell him about Victor, though. That painful part of my life was buried deep inside my heart. Right now, Victor was in front of my house. I barely opened the door. I asked in a whisper, "What are you doing here?" Victor gave a slow smile. "I work for Adrian now," he said. "I'm one of his drivers." My heart almost stopped. "It was the cabinet inside the house," he said. "I came for the envelope. When I went to get it, my hands were shaking. Victor took the package when I got back, but he just stood there. He then got closer and asked in a low voice, 'Adrian doesn't know about us, does he?' I stopped moving. Victor gave a soft laugh. He said, 'I thought so.' And then he walked away. I quickly locked the door and leaned against it to get some air. I hoped I would never see him again. But the bell rang again the next night. From that night on, Victor showed up outside my house every night around 11 p.m. He smiled through the window sometimes. His voice was soft at times, like we were old friends. "You look tense tonight," he told her once. He said in a whisper one night, "Adrian seems like a good husband." It felt like every word was a threat. I stopped getting enough sleep. I jumped at every sound. I was taking a shower one night when the power went out all of a sudden. It got dark and quiet inside the house. I quickly put on a robe and ran to Noah's room. It was still quiet and peaceful for him. After that, I heard someone knock on the front door. My chest got tight. It was already someone I knew, Vanessa. Victor made a soft call from outside. "I know you're there." I told them to leave through the door. He had a quiet laugh. He said, "You could leave a village, but you could never leave your past." I held Noah close that night and cried quietly. I came to a big conclusion. Victor had caught me before, but now fear was getting into my life again, and I couldn't let that happen. Not for me, not for my kid. When Victor came back the next evening, I opened the door wider. He looked shocked. He smiled and said, "Well, this is different." "Say, come tomorrow night," I told him quietly. His eyebrows went up. "Why?" "I need to talk." Victor gave a slow smile. We might remember the good old days. I tried hard to keep calm until he left. I called Mr. Collins, Adrian's office boss, in the morning. Someone from the company had been coming to my house late at night and making threats, I told him. He seemed shocked. "Mr. Collins," he told her, "don't worry. I'll come tonight." I was scared as I waited the next night. Right on time, at 11 o'clock, the bell rang again. The door was open. Victor took a confident step closer. He asked, "Are you ready to talk?" I answered, "Yes. Come around the side of the house." He walked after me as I went to the driveway. It was dark and quiet in the yard. Victor looked around with doubt. Then all of a sudden, bright lights came on. A car pulled up next to the house. 2 guys came out. Mr. Collins was one of them. The other person was a police officer. Victor's smile went away right away. The police officer moved forward. "We received a report that you have been harassing this woman," he said sternly. Vic looked at me with anger in his eyes. "You called the police?" I replied. "Yes." Victor tried to make a joke. "She's lying." Mr. Collins shook his head, though. He said in a cold voice, "We've also heard complaints about how you act at work. You're fired. If you come near this house again, you will be arrested," the police officer said. Victor's face turned red with anger, but he didn't say anything else. He walked away into the night after turning around. I wasn't scared of him for a long time because my past wasn't a source of shame. It showed that I had lived. After 2 weeks, Adrian finally got back home. That night, after Noah went to sleep, I sat next to him and was quiet. "There's something I need to tell you," I replied. I told Adrian everything about Victor, the marriage, the abuse, and the fear I had for years. Adrian listened carefully. When I was done, tears came to my eyes. I was afraid Adrian would change the way he looked at me, but he held my hand gently instead. He spoke softly. "Vanessa, you made it through something painful. You didn't have to keep that from me." I began to cry again, but this time the tears were not as heavy. I felt free for the first time in years. The past can scare us, but if we don't say anything, our fear gets worse. That night, I finally picked the truth over fear. Glad you watched my story. I hope you had a great time and felt everything. Don't forget to like, share, and follow for more great stories. We'll see you next time.